Bill Gates is the co-founder and former CEO of software giant Microsoft Corp, which has grown to become a $2.1 trillion technology behemoth. In the late 1990s and early 2000s, Gates' success and Microsoft enabled him to hold the title of the world's richest person for a number of years. In 2000, Gates resigned as CEO of Microsoft and has since devoted most of his attention to philanthropy through the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. After giving around $57 billion to the Gates Foundation, Gates is now worth more than $110 billion, according to the recent disclosures from Gates, his Cascade Investment private investment company, and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation Trust. These are 7 of Gates' greatest stock investments. Microsoft Corp MSFT. Microsoft Corp. The most logical way to begin investing like Bill Gates is by purchasing shares of the business that initially made Gates wealthy. Despite his decreased involvement at Microsoft, Gates is still thought to hold a share worth around $28 billion, or about $1, or about 1% of the corporation. Microsoft is also one of the top 10 holdings of the Gates Foundation Trust. 944,620 Microsoft shares worth approximately $242.6 million are held by Trust. Microsoft, a $2 trillion firm, yet recorded outstanding revenue growth of 12.3% in the fourth fiscal quarter compared to the same quarter the previous year. Berkshire Hathaway Incorporated. The holding firm of fellow billionaire and Wall Street superstar Warren Buffett is called Berkshire Hathaway. Additionally, it is by far the Gates Foundation Trust's largest stock position. The trust ownership of Berkshire Hathaway is more than 3 times larger than any of its other publicly traded stock holdings, with around 34.7 million shares of BRK.B stock, valued at over $9.5 billion. Since making a commitment to eventually contribute 99% of his net fortune and all of his Berkshire stock back in 2006, Buffett has been giving Berkshire stock to Gates Foundation on a yearly basis. Waste Management, Inc. The Gates Foundation made its initial investment in waste management in the third quarter of 2002, and since then the stock has produced a total return of 1,000%. In keeping with the environmental objectives of the Gates Foundation, waste management operates one of the largest recycling facilities in the world. Waste management recycled 13.5% of all the materials it handled in 2020, including 502,459 tons of plastic and 7.7 million tons of paper. 18.6 million shares of WM stocks worth roughly $2.9 billion are held by the Gates Foundation. Canadian National Railway Co. Gates, the Gates Foundation, and Gates' Cascade Investment Company collectively control 64,360,928 shares of CNI stock, which are currently valued at more than $8.2 billion, according to a 13D filing with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commissions in July. Additionally, the total value of the such securities equates to a 9.3% ownership share in Canadian National. Gates donated 44.5 million of those Canadian National shares to the Gates Foundation, leaving him with around a 1.4% ownership position in the business. Gates sold CNI stock earlier this year for more than $1.6 billion. Deere & Co. In addition to giving the Gates Foundation shares in Canadian National, Gates also gave the organization more than 3 million DEAR shares worth $955 million at the same time. Gates revealed that he, Cascade, and the Gates Foundation collectively own 23,689,657 shares of DEAR stocks, valued at close $8.8 billion, in a second July 13D filing with the SEC. These shares together account for 7.8% of DEAR's equity. In challenging market, DE stocks has performed well for Gates in 2022, rising roughly 8%. Republic Services, Inc. Gates increased his ownership of Republic Services by 362,747 shares in February 2022, according to a Cascade filing, bringing Cascade's total holdings to approximately 109.8 million shares, or more than $16 billion. As a result, Cascade owns around 35% of Republic Services. Through August 19, RSG shares have generated a total return of 5.7%, which has been a respectable performance so far in 2022. Republic reported a 12.3% increase in net income and a 21.4% increase in revenue for the second quarter over the same period of last year. Ecolab, Inc. Ecolab offers energy, water, and hygiene solutions and services to a variety of end markets, including the food services and processing, lodging, and healthcare sectors. In June 2011, Gates initially revealed his ownership of Ecolab, and since then, as he has progressively raised his position, the stock has increased by more than threefold. Cascade reported a total investment of more than 31 million shares, worth around $5.3 billion for the month of August, adding hundreds of thousands of shares to its holding ECL. Approximately 4.8 million ECL shares, worth over $800 million, are also held by the Gates Foundation. So which of these 7 best stocks will you consider buying in 2022? Please let me know by leaving a comment below. And if you enjoyed this video, please press the like button, turn on the notification bell, and subscribe to Wealth-ology for more videos like this. Thank you for stopping by to watch. See you in our next video.